They say the soul of a bar is its customers and the good times they share over a drink. McGillie's here is no different. Like any bar, we get all kinds of people sharing good times over all kinds of drinks. The young guys drink beer, the old fellas drink bourbon, the young girls drink cocktails, and the old gals drink wine. That's the long and the short of it here at McGillie's. It's 4th of July, and McGillie's is open for business. Same as they are on Thanksgiving, Christmas, Memorial Day, and every other Tom, Dick, and Harry holiday. Now you're probably thinking, what kind of sorry soul would come into a place like this on such a beautiful 4th of July?
What can I get for you?
Wild Wally.
What's the password?
What's the password? It's the question asked of every McGillie's customer when they order a Wild Wally, the boss' signature drink named after the town's general repairman and part-time bartender, Walter Western. Wally was good with his hands and there wasn't much he could keep them off of. A broken clock, a rusted car, a busted radio, and busted breast. They were all better after he tinkered with them. You see, old Wally was orphaned as a youngster and he had no other family to care for him, but you never saw him down. Matter of fact, people used to use Walter's smile to judge the size of a watermelon slice. Longing for the affection and attention of people around him, Walter quickly learned that solving people's problems by repairing them was the quickest way to make friends. And working at McGillie's on the holidays was a perfect way to meet them. Soon, he started dabbling in the arts of mixology, inventing an alcoholic concoction that made patrons forget any troubles or worries they may have had. But why the password? Oh, well, that's just Walter's way of making the drink a bit more special for those he shared it with.
Christmas '95, I was an unemployed bum. I had no gifts for my wife and kids. I couldn't face them, so I went to McGillie's on Christmas morning instead. Before I even sat down, and this is no shit, Walter Western had a Wild Wally in my hand and a lit cigarette in my mouth. We drank and smoked the day away. It was the best Christmas I ever had. He said to me, I'm an orphan. If you have a family, you should cherish them. Now let's have another drink on the house. A real generous son of a bitch, that Walter Western, don't you think? That next year, old Walter was killed in the ambulance carrying a keg of old Milwaukee to a party of strange skiers. Real sad story, that one. The skiers died of thirst, too. Just terrible. They got Walter's ashes here at McGillie's, though. To a great man.
Sunrise, we can talk about the shade of your pretty green eyes. We can be that couple.
Speaking of the holidays, let me tell you about Memorial Day 1991. My boyfriend and I, we were in his car and he kept trying to go for second base. And I was like, nah. So we got into fighting. So I ran away. I was only 16 at the time, you know. Somehow, I made my way to McGillie's. Walter's warm yellow eyes greeted me at the door, and his bristly bronze mustache sat me down at the bar. He was quite a charming gentleman, you know. As I gave him my story, he mixed me a Wild Wally. Thank you. And told me something I will probably never forget. He was like, you've had so many boyfriends, so why are you running away from a man if you're not chaste? And he was right. Now Troy and I have Walton, Walmer, Walson, and Chastity. Quadruplets. Quite a shock, ain't it? We've never been happier. Although Walter, poor guy, died that same summer, caught in a forest fire, trying to save some hippie commute. What a terrible tragedy. But I visit his ashes here every year. Cheers.
It was Casimir Pulaski Day back in '86, but I remember it like it was 2 drinks ago. My aunt died. I was feeling bad. So I come in here, and wouldn't you know it, Walter Western was looking more chipper than a mulch salesman after a spring thunder shower, grinning from ear to ear. Told him about my aunt, so he made me a Wild Wally. Recommended I take up stamp collecting as a hobby. Best advice I ever had. Got me a stamp, now worth 80 bucks. Poor Wally died 2 years later. Struck by lightning delivering mail to a houseboat. A damn shame. He got his ashes up on the bar here, though. God bless him.
Walter's joyous spirit was contagious to every solitary down-and-out figure who wandered into this joint on a holiday. And those same downtrodden folk left the place with a new outlook on life. It never failed. Old Wally left us a few years back, but through his signature drink, the Wild Wally, and its secret ingredient, people still get a taste of his festive attitude and his good spirits, if you know what I mean.
Good night, Walter.
It sometimes feels like he never left.
This stubborn, broken motor spinning in my head. This crumb on bourbon's burning hot and dry. I'm fed. I've been busy kicking shit in this dusty fucking town.